Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Duamo Ketef Uben FM Heru Akuti Anatejer Kera Nefene Uben
Arijen Sigert Arsej Uhu Heft Uchu Je Tuaem Shamsuan Nabajer Er Seshu in Kapru Dua Asar Neprestal Paut Neturu Ayat Ami Neteke Anatej Er Kekinti Aminet Unefer Er Ababdu Matintu Aiku Anak Arati Ristal
Sitaka Seger Aku Sari Nahas Ube Sinta Sej Imka Defte Sidi Mete Uni Ente Anayash Emete Asa Erti Ende in Adi Peru Ena Her Me Endes Adi Hedu, Aus Uatati. Adi Sage. Ua Uaneta. Abupe Ha Asa. Abupe Asa. Spirit M. Hedu. Adi Her. Nahas. Sa Uajet Hideth. Asa. Adi Hedu. Het M. Ase. Abu Yentuji. Medut Yan Aset Sa'am Uja. Sitab Sa Her Seti. Enti Sa Asa. Sa Set. Asa Set. Medut Never. Abshata Aribasa. Her Happy. Enti Sa Sa. Happy Asa. Asa. Medut Yan Nexador Ra. Submission. Medu. Never. Ariwa. In. Duamata. Enti Sa Asa. Sa Duamata. Asa Duamata. Medut Yan. Circuit in Kaki Sekade. Sa Medu. Nan Ariwa. In website. Ende. Sa Asa. Sa website. Asa website.
Duat Arira Uatane
Tuat Ariwa. In Uatane.
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 Nebajer Medu Anatej Erke Asar Putra Mati Sake Setu Sakake
Mati Sake. Setu Sakake.
Nebajer Medu Anatej Erke Asar Putra Mati Sake Setu Sakake
Mati Sake. Setu Sakake.
Nebajer Medu Anatej Erke Asar Putra Mati Sake setu sakake.
Wati sake setu sakake.
Nebajer midu anatej erke asar. Putra. Makti sake. Setu sakake.
Wati sake setu sakake.
Arijan Siger. Ari Duaker. Hekal Uashu. Amu Mu Kansu
Amu Mu Konsu
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 Om Amurapita
Om Amurapta
Om Amurapita
Om Amurapta
Om Amurapita
Om Amurapta
Om Amurapita
Om Amurapta
Om Asar Aset Heru
Om Asar Seheru
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 Heru Makeru
Heru Makeru
Heru Makeru
Heru Makeru
Heru Makeru
ヘルマケル
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 アセアセアセ
アセイアセイアセイ
アセアセアセ
アセイアセイアセイ
アセアセアセ
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 アマエンラネペアオジャセネアリネテル
アムハイラネペアウジャセネアリネテル
アマエンラネペアオジャセネアリネテル
アムハイラネペアウジャセネアリネテル
アモンダネペアオジャセネアリネテル
アムハイラネペアウジャセネアリネテル
アマンダネペアオジャセネアリネテルジュワラ
アムハイラネペアウジャセネアリネテルジュワラ
ヌハチエンケペル
ヌアティンケペル
ヌハチエンケペル
ヌアティンケペル
ヌ Atien keperu.
No atin keperu.
Nu atien keperu.
No atin keperu.
Ne tuane se fekera senyues.
Ne duane se fokera senyues.
Ne tuane se fekera senyues.
Ne duane se fokera senyues.
Ne tuane se fekera senyues.
Ne duane se fokera senyues.
Ne tuane se fekera senyues.
Ne duane se fokera senyues.
Heteru, 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 heteru,
Eteru, 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 eteru,
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 dua tu keru, dua tu keru,
dua tu heru, dua tu heru,
dua tu keru, dua tu keru,
dua tu heru, dua tu heru,
dua tu keru, dua tu keru,
dua tu heru, dua tu heru,
dua tu keru, dua tu keru,
dua tu heru, dua tu heru,
nuk nabaju,
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 Nefer Ramsha Enatan.
Never Ramsha in Ata.
Nefer Ramsha Enatan.
Never Ramsha in Ata.
Nefer Ramsha Enatan.
Never Ramsha in Ata.
Never Ramsha Enatan.
Never Ramsha in Ata.
Makeru Lemba Nebeje
Makiru Yamba Nebaje.
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 Ni Ua Kua
Nuk Ua Kua.
Nu Ua Kua
Nuk Ua Kua.
Nu Ua Kua
Nuk Ua Kua.
Nu Ua Kua
Nuk Ua Kua.
Nukmaat 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 Nukmaat
Nukmat 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 Nukmat.
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 Nu 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 Newt
Newt.
A song, a song, a song, a song, a song.
asa, 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 asa,
a song, a song, a song, a song, a song,
asa, 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 asa,
a song, a song, a song, a song, a song.
a song, a song, a song, a song, a song,
A song, a song, a song, a song, a song.
a song, a song, a song, a song, a song.
Pate, au jed uas hinanefu, erkepe tu imbaya imsunu aim hota. Aset ua suja helu, suja menu negusen efsen asar aset, etepi suja, aitu, yesur neshishu nebu, emhu shemu, metu, jauset, nebu nesh, jerta, uamempi, eruku teken an out, jesu kem, hena sepahara, jeri kat, hena asar, pata kepru, meru ra kat nepi, asar kepru, oahai, oaker.
Nuk ase, perke u emnayet, ret enu, sete sa meru, enjabuti, tefat, pet ta ater, aset netunafer, u seski, este a amin, sa inki, pu in, hau efren, f nepke, dit ita, efer, ft, int in f tawi, or ahai or.
Heru makiru,
Eru makiru,
heru makiru,
makeru.
Heru makeru.
Heru makeru.
Heru makeru.
Heru makeru.
Nu capra em duau. Ra em au. Temu ami mashe. Nu capra em duau. Ra em au. Temu ami mashe. Nu capra em duau. Ra em au. Temu ami mashe. Uahai uake.
Sedges.
Uasheri emoha. Era emete. Emoha. Era emete. Hati moha. Emoha. Era emete. Emoha. Era Emete Hati Moi Nimoha Era Emete Nimoha Era Emete Hati Moi Nimoha Era Emete Nimoha Era Hati Moi
Acha.
Greetings, everyone. So, this morning will not be in a temple. Usually, we have been taking temple inscriptions and working with them. And this morning, I'm going to take a look at a tablet that's found in a museum. And I'll zoom out so you can see the entire tablet. And this tablet is found in the Carlos Museum in Atlanta. The Carlos Museum is on the campus of the Emory University. So we'll go through the tablet because there are some important teachings on it. And if you were to go to the British Museum and the Louvre in Paris, you'll see many tablets like this where teachings have been inscribed on. And we're going to start working from the top down. At the very top, this symbol, there's some damage to it over here. And these tablets are found in various locations in Kemet and brought to museums in the West. And here we have a symbol. And this symbol is not detailed, but it is referring to the all-encompassing divinity or all-encompassingness. It's referred to as Beda. If everyone can please mute your devices as well, please. It's referred to as Beda, Heru Beda. And what we're faced with is, so under Heru Beda, this is inscribed as a shrine. So this is occurring in a shrine to this deity. And in the shrine, he's being given an offering. This is the priest personality. And he's giving a cake in the form of a triangular pyramidal type structure. By itself as a hieroglyph, it means D, to give. And he is known as Sorry. Enlarge it again. He is known as Asar, who is true of speech, because it says it here. Asar Makeru. Asar, who is true of speech. Asar, who is enlightened. Asar, who is purified of all the psychological and mental defilements. One who is washed and purified, not washed physically with water and soap, but washed with purity of mind, purity of soul. And what he's doing, BDM Sheps and meaning that this exalted personality, this noble personality is giving something, is doing the giving. And in front of him is an offering tablet with cakes, a lotus flower, and a geese. Now, all of these are offerings to this divinity who is Asar, Meduje, and Asar. So this is Asar sitting on the throne in an inner shrine, receiving the offerings. And he is holding a crook, which means he's a shepherd, which means he's the shepherd, the one who controls the flocks, which are the Shemsu, the followers. And so he has power over the Shemsu. So we are his sheep. And he's holding a flail, which intimates a separation from mortality and insight and power into the three relative realms of existence, the Ta, the Pet, and the Dua, and represents the purity of the three planes of mind: conscious, subconscious, unconscious. And he's being supported by a goddess, and she's holding an Ankh symbol, the symbol of processes that bring about life, the process that allows spirit and matter to become conjoined. And we know it's a set because it says it here. These look like, this is her throne seat, so this is a symbol of her name. And a set also means abode. So Asar sits in the abode of a set. This throne is also her name. And these, they look like teas, but one should be an egg. So that's a set. And a special feature of this, and we know it by looking at it biomechanically, that the priest has two left hands. So he's giving the dua propitiation with the left hand, and he's also giving the offering with the left hand. That means that he's retaining the power of the offering, because essentially he's offering to himself, his own higher self, because he's Asar Makeru. So Asar on the throne is actually a reflection of himself. And so we'll do the first line of the hieroglyph. And it says, Suten, Di, Hetep, and Ari, and Ari Asar, Neter, Kenti, Amentet, Netera, Neb, Ta Amentet. This royal is giving a peace offering to Asar, the divinity who is the president, the leader of Amentet, meaning the netherworld, the world of the gods and goddesses. He is the great divinity who is Lord of the land of the Amentet, the netherworld. So this royal, meaning this personality, so this is a priest. And what it's saying is that this priest has reclaimed his royalty. He has discovered himself as a king within himself. And this is not a material king. This is the kingship of Asar within oneself, that you have discovered that you are the essential essence of creation. So you become the king of the world, the king of Egypt. And that's what it means to discover your royalty. It's not an outward royalty. It's not a like a rulership of what is commonly referred to as a king. It is an attainment of your own inner realization of your oneness with spirit, soul. He's giving a peace offering, and what that means is that this offering is being done through the mechanism of a de-agitated mind. He's offering all peace to Osiris. So there's no agitation, there's no angst about it, and there are no defilements of the inner workings of the subtle aspects of the inner consciousness. And he's giving that to the president of Amentet. Asar is being exalted as the president of the netherworld, the ruler of the netherworld. And further, that he is not only the ruler of that netherworld, but he is the great divinity who is Lord over that land, that domain. And that is where you're to flock to go to that land, that inner domain, that place that is transcendent of the physical plane of existence. And that's where you meet your shepherd, which is Asar. Have you heard of the Good Shepherd? This is sort of the genesis of that idea, but it's not being spoken of like in a material way. It's being spoken of that your true place of dominion is not of this world. This world is illusory. It's primarily fictitious. It's just that it's difficult to discover that it's fictitious. So you have to take the teacher's word for it. before you discover it within yourself. And so basically, we could do much more with it. Because if we look at it even closer, well, a set is supporting Asar in the inner shrine. So she supports the soul whose innermost secret, whose innermost presence supports life. And that's what she's holding up the Ankh. So what that means is that everything has soul. Everything has Asar as its has soul, has an identity in temporal fashion, but that temporality is illusory in and of itself. It's a illusion that is brought about by a search in the world for satisfaction. If any creature, and only humans can do this, because only humans have the mind that's developed enough to explore the deep mysteries of the soul. A cockroach cannot do that. A leopard cannot do that, because they're with an instinctual animal mind. So Asar represents the wisdom of that innermost secret that pervades all life. So, and we can even go further and say that a set is he or she is the faculty of the mystery of life itself, meaning she is the purveyor, or the faculty by which the mystery of Asar is known to the mind. And that's why the priest can declare himself as Asar Makiru, because he has penetrated that mystery through profound wisdom. So that's a little, like I said, we could do much more. And what I think we should do, we should probably go through the whole tablet for the next 3. Then we meet next 3 times. And did anyone notice when I was reading it, notice a peculiarity in how I was reading it? No one? Something didn't seem a little unconventional as how we learn how to read?
Oja, I didn't notice anything strange. I know we all were supposed to read into the glyphs, which it appeared you read into the glyphs. But I know that's just the nature of ancient Egyptian writing, but I didn't notice anything other than that.
So what direction was it being read from?
It was being read from, you were reading in from the right, going to the left.
Exactly. That's it. It was reading from right to left. And so your description is correct. You read into the glyphs. So if the glyphs are facing right, you read right to left. If you read in the opposite direction, it doesn't make sense. You have to read into how the glyphs are inscribed. So very good. All right, so that's the teaching for today. So I hope you have a wonderful week of reflection on our devotion this morning, and reflect on this idea that you are essentially the Asar. You have to bring that about by becoming makiru, true of speech. Bring that about meaning to realize that reality. So you have a few days to contemplate before we meet again. I'll think about doing the other 3 lines as we go. All right. Any questions or anything before we go?
I just had I guess a quick question. I noticed that the geese was offered, but I didn't see beef. I know beef is normally the male aspect and the geese is the female aspect, but I didn't see both of those. So I didn't know if that was, what was the purpose of that?
Well, the cakes combined would refer to the male aspect. Especially the ovals, the evolution and the evolution of time. So the geese would be the female aspect, and the lobes of the cakes would be the male aspect.
I see. Almost like testes, almost in a sense.
No, more like the never-ending cycle of the movement of time. A time in repetition. So referring to generation, things that are generated. So each day is generated, each day is born. But it's more, see, born is not the correct word. The correct word would be like promulgated or generation. So you're giving up your capacity to generate form or attributes or thoughts or feelings, which are male attributes. So instead of generating, you're giving up your capacity for generation. And the lotus represents the effulgence of the personality that exudes the spiritual sensitivity, their inner awareness. All of that has to be given up for you to discover yourself as that abstract reality, as a direct mystical experience.
Do it.
All right. Anything else? Okay. Hit tap, everyone. Oh, one last announcement. Tomorrow, we're starting our Kabbalion practice methods. It'll go on for a year. I think I would like to do 53 instead of 50 sessions, but I plan to do 50. So we'll do 50 anyway and see where we are at the end. And if we need to add 3 more, then we'll just simply add 3 more. But it'll be 50 practice sessions and 12 discussion sessions. So it's I think it's about $300 for the year. So that turns out to be less than $6 per class. So it's worth your while because we'll be going through the practice methods that are described inferentially in the teachings of Lord Jehuti, the Kabbalion. So and this will be the first time in modern history since ancient times that these practices will be performed in this way under direct instruction. So it's a wonderful opportunity for you to take advantage of.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is it possible to pay like 6 months, 6 months at a time, like 150 for the first 6 months, and then pay 150 for the second 6 months once that arrives?
Yes, I don't think I have a problem with that. So that should be fine. That's okay. And so to pay in that manner, you have to go to the donate tab. When you make a donate, you have to make it to friends and family. Otherwise, you go to the Tanahe has the full payment tab set up under Kabalion 3 on the website. And that's so you just go there, fill out the form, make the payment, and you're good for the year. So if you want to do the split payment, then you have to go to the donate tab, which is on the, I believe is on the About Us page. But definitely is something that you should not miss. Or not talking to you specifically, Nefakara, about everyone. It's definitely something you should be involved in.
Ujasehu,
Mm-hmm.
do you have to have been in Kabbalion 1 and 2 to take Kabbalion 3?
Generally speaking, no. But you would have had to have, I mean, for it to even make sense, you would have to have had some exposure to Natarian philosophy. So I think I would be hesitant to take someone who is like fresh and haven't heard anything, know anything about it. If you've taken Kabbalion 1 and 2, you're a definite shoo-in. If you have not taken Kabbalion 1, if you've taken either Kabbalion 1 or 2, you'll be allowed in. If you haven't taken any, then it depends on where you are, like in Natarian philosophy. And then we'll make a determination. No one will be turned away, but if it's a situation where it's obvious the person will not benefit from it because there's just not a foundation for it, then we'll probably have to give additional assignments, like they would have to go through the Kabbalion series while doing the meditations and the practices. So we'll try to support whoever comes, but we'll have to look at each situation individually.
Sure.
Okay, anything else? All right, a closing chant since we did a lot of our discussion. Heru makeru, heru makeru, heru makeru, heru makeru. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. Hetep.
Dua.
Dua Hatep.
Dua, okay.